Greetings to all of my friends and colleagues at Proverse. My name is Joanna Radwańska-Williams. I was born in Poland. I'm based in Macau, but right now I'm living in Chicago. This is my message to you. My message is titled Charmed by Poetry. When I look back at my life, from my earliest years, I have been charmed by poetry, that mysterious, rhyming force that makes words stick in memory forever. When I was little, I was captivated by Alexander Pushkin's fairy tales. My grandmother's native language was Russian, and being an educator, she took great pains to teach me that beautiful language. Pushkin's tales were so much grander than their Western counterparts. Instead of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, there was the tale of the dead princess and the 7 heroes. I memorized entire passages of it. My child's imagination was also stimulated by the magically beautiful illustrations of the fairy tales on little black lacquer boxes. The princess with her tresses enhanced with real gold leaf, a Russian art form. The Polish poetry I was exposed to as a child was quite different, full of wonder and wordplay. Some of the greatest national poets, such as Julian Tuwim, also contributed vastly to children's literature, or more accurately speaking, wrote poetry that transcended generations. Such as Tuwim's masterful onomatopoetic poem, The Steam Engine. Through this poem, I learned how art can imitate reality or change our perceptions of reality. When I moved to England and learned English, at some point I became charmed by poets like John Keats and Gerard Manley Hopkins. I admired the denseness of their language and imagery, like the quintessence of things, like deep red wine or dark chocolate. I memorized Ode to Autumn by Keats and God's Grandeur by Hopkins. I also learned about the mysterious creation of Kubla Khan by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, with its marvelous alliterations. 5 miles meandering with a mazy motion, through wood and dale the sacred river ran. I wondered how Coleridge's sleeping brain could produce such things. Later in America, at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, I took several courses in literature and in creative writing, notably from the professor of romantic poetry, Robert Kirkpatrick, whom I nicknamed the Eagle, because when he felt inspired when lecturing, he would flap his arms like wings and stand on his toes as if he were taking flight. Somehow, he unlocked that magical something in my brain, and I've made it a habit to write poetry ever since. I am enormously grateful to Gillian and Verna Bickley for publishing my poems in the Mingled Voices International Poetry Prize Anthology. And I feel so honored to have received the first prize last year, as well as the third prize this year. It is wonderful that Proverse has created such a community of writers that we can read and appreciate each other's poetry, and that it has been published and distributed to the world. When I was a student at Chapel Hill, I remember dreaming, together with my friends who were also taking creative writing courses, that someday our work would be anthologized. My dream has come true. May all of your beautiful dreams also come true.